Okay, so we're just going to do a few tests in the audio. And just check that everything's on okay. All right. So we're just going to do a quick one tonight because I've got to go out soon and take George out. I've not done it yet. But I wanted to jump on and just have a quick chat with what's coming up and just have a quick look around, see what's going on the latest on a couple of headlines and see how you're all doing. Planning on being live tomorrow for my birthday. May or may not happen because I'm going to be out all day. Depends what time I get home. If I'm not live tomorrow night on my birthday on Penny Bunny, I'll move it to Friday. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to be going out tomorrow. If I can get a signal, I'll be doing some streaming for our members on the other channel, and I'll try and do it so that you guys can see it as well. All depends on the signal. So, but yeah, birthday tomorrow. Feeling old and older and older and older. There was a little bit of a thing the other day. I don't know where it came from, but Saskia thought it was my birthday on, I think, was it Friday? And said happy birthday. And I just said thank you, thinking it was for next week. And then everyone started saying happy birthday until the whole thread on Penny Bunny's community page was about my birthday. Okay, it wasn't my birthday last week. It isn't my birthday today. It's my birthday tomorrow. Okay, this stream is just a quick catch up. I'm going to let you know what's going to be happening and a few news, see what's going on. And then I'm going to dash off and go and take George out before it gets dark. And I will be live tomorrow night on Penny Bunny, providing I get back in time. If not, my birthday stream will be on Friday. But either way, I will be live for my birthday. So that's the quick update on that. Now, how are you all doing? 25 people watching. I can see lots of regulars. I can see some members in the chat as well. Thank you to our lovely members. Big thank you to Jay for sending some hedgehog and birdie food as well from the Amazon wish list. I've made a little video. I'll upload it straight after this on the other channel. So big up Jay if you're watching, and if you're not, then he'll see it on the other channel. So a couple of things before we go into these, a couple of news stories. Not a big news show tonight, like I say, just a quick one. I'm not going to do my individual hellos, but welcoming everybody and big up. Thank you to our members. Thank you for hitting the like button and thank you to everyone for being here. So a couple of things really. There's lots more of the Madeleine McCann stuff to come up if you want it. The amount of stuff that I'm finding, and I've still got a whole show of clips. So there's just so many of them, interviews with them, and the behaviour is so bizarre. And I could literally do a whole hour of just seeing them interviewed. There's also avenues I want to go down, looking at what happened to Brenda Leyland, who was doorstepped, and I believe that should have been, is it Martin Brunt from Sky News, should have been done for manslaughter, in my opinion. But there you go. So there's still quite a bit to cover, and if you guys want me to, I will continue looking into that. Obviously, if you want me to stop, I will as well. So what I'll do, I'll put another vote up on my community tab on this channel, and you guys can vote if you want some more on that case. Now, what I wanted to talk to you about is I'm looking into the Claudia Lawrence case, or Claudia Lawrence, however you say it. Now, that was in 2009, I think. Now, I didn't live up here then. I moved up here in 2011. But when I did move up here, because she was from Malton, not far away, and she lived in York. When I first moved up here in 2011, there was posters everywhere where we lived. And even, I don't think there's any left now, but it was still very, very fresh. Now, what I'm thinking of doing is, I'm going through, like, obviously I know bits and pieces, a bit like the Madeleine McCann case. We all knew bits and pieces because we've seen it on the news. But I haven't done a deep dive. Like with the McCann case, I wasn't expecting to find this much shit. I don't think there's going to be as much shit on any other case. I think this is the most bizarre case ever, the McCann case. But would you guys be interested in me doing having a good look at the Claudia Lawrence case, I'm also interested in visiting the Nag's Head pub where she was last seen, apparently, or where she hung around. Now, I'm told it's still there. I know that she was working as a chef at York University, but I would be interested to, once we do a deeper dive into what happened when she disappeared, and we go like a lot deeper, and I get a timeline up, because obviously I don't know as much as what I will do. I know she disappeared. I know she didn't turn up for work. I know all that, but I haven't gone deep into it like I will do. And then go and have a look at the pub and do some filming. Would you guys be interested in that? Let's have a quick look at the chat. Welcome, everybody. We've got Rose. Hello, my lovely. Rose says yes, 100% should be up for that. We've got Mara. We've got Brum Vixen. Amethyst is here. It's awful. And her poor dad passed away. How you doing, Mr. Steve? Who else is here? Tamsin, Sing Blue Silver, Terry Knowles Band again. Welcoming everybody. Thank you to our lovely members. Sing Blue Silver says yes as well. So Carlos is here. MK Ultra says go for it. Well, I was reading something. Hi, Tim's Pipco. I was reading something on. Oh, okay. Yeah. Thanks, Tone. Hope you're doing well, by the way, mate. I'm glad you guys would be interested. Hi, Loza. Hi, Dave. How you doing? I'm going for everyone. So I think, guys, from what I was reading the other day, right? Okay. Are you watching, George? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Hi, Ann City Fan. Will be interested. Brilliant. Thank you. Who else? Lee. It's our birthday tomorrow. Lee is my birthday twin. Do I know about 6 people with my birthday? How weird is that? You don't usually meet anyone. Me and Lee are both 21 tomorrow, and we'll be celebrating together. So happy birthday for tomorrow, Lee, my birthday twin. I'm glad to have you back over here. Okay, so I was reading on Reddit the other day, right? I can't put George in a cage. I don't even own a cage. Thank you, Dave. Tomorrow. So I'm stop reading the chat for a sec to get distracted. So I was reading some bits the other day on the Claudia Lawrence case, and apparently the answers are on Reddit. So I'm like, oh, interesting. So how you doing, Amethyst, my love? So I goes on to Reddit, put in the Claudia Lawrence case, and apparently we've got a new person. Hi, Elaine. How you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. So apparently on Reddit, the people responsible have been named. Now, obviously, I'm not going to name anyone, right? No one's been convicted. They haven't found her body, but she's presumed dead. Hello, light our souls. Now, apparently, and we're gonna dive into all this. The police did make arrests early on, and it is full of lefties, but you've got to know where you're looking to find the right snippets. But there's a lot of lefties. Yeah, I agree. Timmy's Pipcoat. So apparently, and this is what I've been reading, there's 4 men who were arrested or questioned, and the police know that it was them. This is what it says. Again, I'm just quoting here. I'm not saying this is real. They allege that the police know who it was, but there's not enough evidence, so they've let it go. Now, that is what I've been reading up. Hello, fair enough. And there was also, I did reply to your message, sweetheart. And there was also, I think it was a year or 2 ago, some woman left a cryptic message for her mother. So I do believe that we should be having a look down that. But again, it's up to you guys. You seem interested. So we'll cover that case as well. And, it's so sad. Now, you guys, I know I used to do true crime on Penny Bunny, but as you know, I've swapped. Penny Bunny now is just animals and outdoor content. There won't be any true crime on there. Just put George down, please. Thank you. Put him down. Top. Purely because, like I said before, I want to keep it all in one place. I want to keep it, all my animals and all my outdoorsy stuff on one channel. Some people don't like it. We used to get much more people in when I covered the true crime and the entertainment. But, you know, this is the way it goes. I had to draw a line because the channel needed a theme. It needed, I got so many people coming in from the, subbing from the animal shorts, coming into my live streams and confused about British politics because they're from all over the world. So that's why I decided to just keep it as animals on there and like outdoorsy content and what wildlife and whatnot. And over here, that was always paranormal, has now incorporated the true crime. So some people are saying, where's the UFOs? Where's this? It's been expanded. Okay. So the Curious Bunny is not just paranormal. And to be honest with you, it never was just paranormal. It was deep dives in anything that intrigues me, anything that makes this bunny curious. George is barking again. He's guarding his realm. He tells off every single person that walks past with a dog. He says, "This is my home. These are my family, and I'll kick your ass if you come near me." And that's what you can hear him doing. Okay, what's going on here? We need another Penny and Paz stream. I spoke to Paz last week, actually, briefly. So, yeah, I was just going to move on to that Brum Vixen. So that's what I was going to say is, nice picture, by the way, sweetheart. So where I was going to move on from is, if I don't know how many of you were watching me when I was covering the Jay Slater case last year. Big up, George. Yeah. Hi. Hello, Alan Edge. How you doing? Did you mean to ring me the other day? Animals and politics the same? No. Animals are way better. So it's been a year today since Jay Slater went missing. I think he was missing. I think he went missing a year today, not found. Now, we're going to get a couple of updates on the Jay Slater case. There is, hello Linda, there is another date for the inquest, which Brum Vixen's just said. Is it next week? I thought it was next month. We'll double check that. Brum Vixen is probably correct and I'm probably wrong. So we're going to have a quick look at that, at the latest. And there's no way in hell, in my opinion, that Jay Slater just fell down that ravine. If there wasn't so much weirdness with that case, you know, if someone had just fell and it had just fallen, but the fact that you've got all this weirdness and you've got people like changing timelines, lying, drugs involved, Rolexes involved, and there's now video footage of him with the Rolex. It's just not a normal case of someone going missing. So I'm really intrigued in covering the Claudia Lawrence case, and I'm still not convinced about, do you remember that guy that went missing just before Jay Slater? Hence the big media interest in the Jay Slater case was because of that, what was his name, who died in I think it was Greece, Crete, like a couple of weeks before. Do you remember the TV guy? I forgot what his name was now. And then let's not forget as well, Julian Sands, was it, who was killed? That was really bizarre. He was missing, wasn't he? Was it in California? And he turned up dead as well. I think there's a lot of dodgy stuff going on and it's being swept under the carpet. So I would like to look at that as well, those cases. Oh, hang on a sec. I'm just recording my Merlin app when I was outside. Lots of Swift are out still. We've had some going home, but there's still some Swift here. We've got some House Martins. I'm proper birder now. I'm going to the Puffins tomorrow. That'll be exciting. Right, let me just get into the chat on my phone. Just bear with me one sec, folks. I'm just going to log in as a Curious Bunny. I hope you're all well. Please hit the like, guys, or the dislike if you don't like me. And we're okay, we'll move on. We're all hopefully adult enough to move on. So we got 25 likes. And welcoming, hello Wendy. Do you know, Wendy, I typed out an entire reply to you and I don't think it's sent. I've got a feeling that I didn't press send. I'll check if it's still in my draft. I had an email from Jenna as well today, which I will reply to. Hi Nicola, how you doing? Hello Lozaby. Have I said hello to you? I'm not sure. Welcoming everybody. So we're going to have a quick look at this Jay Slater latest because, no, my mistake, he was found a year ago today. And I genuinely believe that he was bumped off. I know the terrain was dodgy. I get that. But there was just so much strangeness to that case. I found it really bizarre how there was that GoFundMe as well. I thought that was really weird. He'd only been missing like a day, and his friend Lucy, remember Lucy? And she'd already started a GoFundMe and then handed it over to the mother. And if you remember, it paid for extended holidays, and the family members were flying over their immediate and extended family members. It was all very bizarre. So let me just give you some of the latest on that. Just bear with me a sec. So there's still some unanswered questions. And there's now, a witness has now come out and spoken about knives. I'm not quite sure what this is. So we're just going to have a quick look at the latest on the Jay Slater case. So, they've changed it all now. They've changed StreamYard. They've changed the buttons over just to make me more confused. Okay, so this is from a month ago. Friend of missing Jay Slater witness reveals details of 2 knives that he carried on the night he died. Really, really strange. So apparently Lucy has been on a podcast with celebrity investigator Mark Williams Thomas. Now, I find this bizarre because the inquest in May, she vanished. So she must have not turned up to the inquest, but gone on to a celebrity podcast. What is going on? And she's opened up about it, along with that Ayub Qasim, the convicted dealer. And Lucy is blaming the police, saying that the police never took her seriously when she reported Jay missing. And she's now saying that Jay said he was going on a mission the night before he vanished with 2 knives. Now, is she just making this up for attention? Is the question. I don't know. But I'm not sure we'll ever get to the bottom of the Jay Slater case. But this is an interesting one. I'm going to try and find the podcast. I think it's worth a watch. It looks quite interesting, seeing what Lucy says. But she's saying that he took the knives from the Airbnb and put them down his pants. Apparently, he sent a video to someone called Josh of this happening, lifted his top up and shown it to him just in case anything kicks off. It could have been a coincidence, but with him also saying about going on a mission. We know he stole the Rolex. We've got video footage of that, of him showing it off. So I do believe genuinely that Jay Slater was bumped off. And I think the way that they're just saying, oh, well, it was just an accident, I think it's a load of tosh. But we'll be keeping an eye on that. Apparently the inquest is next week, so we will be looking at that, folks. Right, now, another thing I want to look at is this egg stain situation. Now, it's been a really, really strange one this week. I was watching President Trump today, sat in the White House with the Crown Prince of Bali, was it Bali? Bahrain, sorry, my mistake. And apparently, I heard him. He said that anyone who believes that there's Epstein files Epstein files is stupid. I don't know what Trump is playing at. I know a lot of people are turning on him now. I have found the Epstein files. Hi, Bridget Love. I have found them. There's not enough in there. Now, more and more stuff is coming out about this. So what I did, I had a little look around just to see if there's any updates, because I thought I will do like a brief and a bit of news and just to catch up with you guys. Oh yeah, and the UFO footages that I got, and I haven't seen any more since. I will be putting them into one big video, right? So the little clips, little bits here and there, will be going into one big video. The people that are saying that these are pigeons, I don't know whether they're trolling or whether they genuinely believe that a silver sphere hovering in the sky is a pigeon. Now, I feed the birds, as you know, right? I know what a bloody pigeon looks like. Whatever these things are, they're not pigeons, okay? They're really high. They're just really, really high, really shiny objects. I don't know what they are. They could be military or whatever. I don't know. So they're not pigeons. But the last 3 encounters with these things, I'll be putting into one big video instead of just doing lots of little clips. Okay. So you tell them, Penny. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I've got people saying it's pigeons. Now, we looked. The ISS. I've even put a post up. The ISS was not over us. It wasn't that. It wasn't Starlink. It wasn't. Now someone's saying it's the Chinese space station, but that wouldn't be over us 3 days in a row, surely. I don't know what the hell's going on. But we've seen portal things open and these things disappear. I don't know what is going on. And I sometimes think to myself, are some of these missing people's cases abductions? Because people are vanishing out of thin air and no one's finding them. And again, this may sound ridiculous, but the way the world is right now, especially the UK, you couldn't make the shit up about the Afghans. It's so ridiculous. So anything, in my opinion, anything could be happening with these people. They could be being kidnapped to be experimented on by the government. You just don't know, do you? But people are going missing every single day. So we'll get an update on the egg stain, and then I want to tell you about another missing person who went missing a year ago, 2 days ago. It was a year. And I think we should do a deep dive into that as well. This poor guy. I'm hoping he's still alive. So there's a lot to cover, but I don't want to be on for long. And then I'll get into the chat. So now, where are we? Let me just get up this egg stain stuff, because there was a couple of things that I found quite interesting. If I can find it now. Because apparently, do you guys remember when there was a video of him in his jail cell? And let's not forget that video in his jail cell, the prison guard was swapped that night. Why would a prison guard be swapped? There was usually exhausted listening. Oh my God, it'd been that boring. Oh no. Paul, if I've lost Rose, then that's it. I'm done for. Sharing screen cancelled. Bloody hell. I've lost Rose, guys. What am I going to do? I love Rose. Right, so let me just get this up now. Now, the prison guard was swapped out that day, as we know. It was completely swapped out. And this agency staff member was put in, which in itself is dodgy as. Why would somebody with that high caliber, excuse me, my voice is going again. Hello, Peter. Okay, I'm joking, Rose. I was using my dry humour. Sorry. I know you wouldn't do that to me. I know you were joking. Dr. David Kelly. Yes, that's another one. We need justice for Dr. David Kelly. So, oh my goodness, they want to make climate denial illegal now. just come on the news. And pub banter's about to become illegal as well. So if you make a joke and a staff member overhears you in the pub, you'll be arrested on hate speech. And we're not allowed to deny about the climate change. I'm not denying climate change. Climates do change. It's just the cause of them. But anyway, I'm digressing. I'm doing a tangent, which is what I'm good at. So this is in the Wired, and Eggstein, that why would he be held in a New York jail? He will be held at some sort of detention centre somewhere. My voice is going again. Somewhere nobody knew about. Excuse me. Not a main city New York jail cell that is in a police station. But he was. Now, the guard was swapped that night. It was so obvious he was bumped off. Now it's come out that the FBI's Eggstein prison video, which I'll try and get hold of, I've seen it before, but I don't know if I can get hold of it, had nearly 3 minutes cut out. You couldn't make this up. Why won't Trump show us? Because President Trump said that when he gets in, he will release everything on Eggstein and everything on JFK. I believe the intent was there. Now Trump is calling everyone stupid who thinks that there's more to the Eggstein thing than him killing himself. Now, some people are saying, did President Trump realise that he was in the files and that's why he won't release them? I don't think it's that. I think that whoever is above the president has said to Trump, this ain't happening. This isn't happening. Because it's making whatever's going on, Trump looks incredibly stupid now. There's no way that President Trump, I'm not being funny, but Donald Trump is an egotistical narcissist. I still think he's great. You've got to have an ego to get where he is. It just cracks me up. He trolls the media and that's enough for me. Just, it's not my country. It makes a difference to me. But if someone's entertaining and someone's funny and someone's destroying the mainstream media, then they're okay in my book. He's better than Biden. I genuinely believe that he's been told no. He's realised that there's people above him because he's looking like a right plonker right now. My voice is going again. He's looking like a plonker because he's saying that there's nothing to be there, nothing to be seen there, and yet he said there was. There's no way that he would do that and make himself look stupid unless there was somebody putting a lot of pressure on him. So I believe they're not allowed to show it, whatever's going on there. We all know that Eggstein didn't kill himself. So this story here says that 2 minutes and 53 seconds were removed from one of the 2 stitched together clips. Metadata from the raw video is shown. The cut starts right at the missing minute. Newly uncovered metadata. This is from yesterday. This is really new. I'm just going to pop a link in. 58 people watching. Hit the like, guys, if you enjoy the content, or the dislike if you don't, and I won't cry. Because I'm hard and people will take that seriously when I'm obviously taking the piss. But anyway, so newly recovered metadata reveals that nearly 3 minutes of footage were cut from the US Department of Justice and FBI video described as full raw surveillance video. Let's see if we can find it. Hold on. I want to watch the video. Where's the video? Knobheads. Right, it won't let me read one story, and it's this one. I'm not a paid up member. From the only functioning camera near Eggstein's prison cell, yet all the cameras were out apart from one. The night before he was found dead. The video was released last week as part of Trump administration's commitment to fully investigate Eggstein's 2019 death, but instead has raised new questions about how the footage was edited and assembled. Now, Wired had previously reported that the video had been stitched together in Adobe Premiere Pro from 2 video files, contradicting the Justice Department's claim that it was raw footage. Now, Further analysis shows that one of the source clips was approximately 2 minutes and 53 seconds longer than the segment included in the final video, indicating the footage appears to have been trimmed before release. It's unclear what, if anything, the minutes cut from the first clip showed. The nearly 3-minute discrepancy may be related to the widely reported 1-minute gap between 11:58 and 12 a.m. that Attorney General Pam Bondi has attributed to a nightly reset system. Yes, just in time for the reset. The metadata confirms that the first video file, which showed footage from August the 9th, continued for several minutes beyond what appears in the final version. The cut to the first clip doesn't necessarily mean that there is additional time unaccounted for, because the second clip picks up at midnight. You would think the two would overlap. So I do think that there's something very, very, very bizarre going on here. And I do think that they've cut out whatever happened, whoever killed him, it's been cut out. The footage was released at a moment of political tension. Trump allies had spent months speculating about the disclosure of the explosive new evidence. But last week, as I brought to you last week, the DOJ and the FBI issued a memo stating that there was no incriminating client list. Lies. Lies, lies, lies. That doesn't exist. And the government's long-standing conclusion that Epstein killed himself. That announcement triggered an immediate backlash from pro-Trump influencers and media figures. What do you guys think? I think Trump has done a massive own goal here. And today he backed all this up. He said today live when he had the Crown Prince of Bahrain there, that anyone who believed in the Epstein stuff was, I quote, stupid. That is what he said. So something is going on, clearly. What do you guys think? Did he kill himself? I believe not. Yeah, I think he has as well, Timmy. Hi, DJ Rockford. I think that he has. And I genuinely believe that it's somebody on him. Hi, Devon. I believe that it's somebody putting pressure onto him. There's no way that Trump would allow himself to look this stupid for being on. I don't think he is. If Trump was on the list, right, he would have known that he was on the list all along. And he would never have gone this far. He would never have got Pam Bondi to announce before he even got in that she was going to release it. He wouldn't have run on a promise to release the files if he knew he was in the files. I genuinely don't think it's that. Hi, Lily Bell. I think he's got in with every intention of releasing that file. And the people above him have said, no, it's not happening. Because he wouldn't have been high sell. He wouldn't have been talking about it constantly if he knew that he was in there. Does that make sense? If something was going to get, announced and you knew you were in it, you wouldn't even be talking about it. Something else is going on. Somebody has put pressure on him because he's now looking really, really stupid. Trump would not allow himself to look this stupid unless there was somebody higher up threatening him. So obviously any more comes in on that, I'll let you know. We've got one more story, on the latest on the egg stain. I did say I'd bring you anything if I found anything. Now, apparently a mobster, a fellow baddie. Hang on. Got a big day tomorrow, so I need to get an early night. I'm going to go and walk George soon. I hope the puffins are still there. The mobster that was jailed in the same cell where Epstein died provides a shock twist on the alleged sewer Ide. Okay, we can't say it properly. Michael Franzese believes the architecture, listen to this, Oski, believes the architecture and the layout of the rooms in the jail in New York where Eggstein was being held make it impossible for anyone to commit the sewer and the Ide. Because remember, this wasn't a prison, folks. This was a jail. They're two different things. A prison is a proper prison block. It's a built prison with prison guards and all these other things. A jail is just a jail cell in a police station that is designed for people to be held just before they go to court, or, you know, they've been taken in for the night. He would have been moved to a proper detention centre. He wouldn't have been allowed to just be left there. He was purposely put there, in my opinion. Hi, Stephen. How you doing? Sent you last night on Penny's birthday. I don't know. I shouldn't read the chat really when I'm not watching it properly. I get distracted. So this guy here, this mobster who served time, he says that it would have been impossible for him to kill himself, and I can believe that as well. I can believe that because it's a prison, it's a jail cell. There aren't people bumping themselves off and being killed in a jail cell when they're like waiting to be seen in a court. So he was a mobster. Well, he is a mobster for a Colombo crime family. It's like a movie, isn't it, folks? It's Lily's birthday today. Oh, happy birthday, Lily love. I've literally just caught that chat. Hi, AC, how you doing? So this guy said that they were incarcerated in the same cell where Eggstein committed suicide and Ide for 7 months, and the architecture and layout of the rooms prevent anybody from being able to unalive themselves. Now, it says here that he allegedly did it to himself, blah, 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 where he was being held without bail pending trial. Again, you wouldn't be sat in a New York jail cell. You'd be in a detention centre, especially somebody so high as that. You know, he's like a star witness, isn't he? Yeah, he's been done, but he's also can take anybody out, can't he? The financier, they call him a financier. He wasn't a billionaire. He was a millionaire. He wasn't as rich as what they made out. He was just a patsy for a far bigger network. People think that he was like the top dog. No, he wasn't. Anyway, I don't believe he's alive either. Some people do. I think he was bumped off and he's gone dead, nada. But that's just my opinion. But either way, he was a wrong one. Okay. So he'd been placed on suicide watch. I said the word "eyed" because the YouTube don't like it. I don't want to get the banner, but I probably will now. Because apparently there was an attempt to take his own life just days earlier, i.e. they tried to bump him off just days before and didn't do it. He was moved to a more heavily monitored unit after that, where guards were supposed to regularly check on him. How you doing, AC? I've not been. I was talking to somebody yesterday about you, actually. I said, "Oh, we've got a mutual friend," and I said, "I've not seen you for ages." And I said, "Every time you go live, I'm always asleep." But good to see you, my friend. Really good to see you. Yeah, happy birthday. Yeah, AC's over in. Are you in Texas? I think you're in Texas, aren't you? Yeah, we're in a mutual server on Discord. Right, one sec. Anyway, I hope you're okay. If I see you live and I'm up, I will pop in and say hello. Right, okay. Hit the like, folks, if you don't mind. What's this account here? I'm just looking at this person. Mimi Love Doves. Hello, welcome to the channel. And what did you say? Sorry. Can't find your comment now. You're asking about the Eggstein list. Would have... yeah, there's obviously some dodginess on it, but I genuinely don't believe that Trump was on it, because there's no way that Trump would have wanted their list out in the first place. That's just my opinion. Oh, Wendy, how kind. Thank you, darling. Oh, look, she's giving me a birthday present. Oh, thank you. Oh, thanks, darling. That's so kind. Good to see you too. I'm still running around all drama stuff. Not much has changed. Oh, well, thank you, AC. Do you still stream? Because I don't see you, but then you go live at like 6 o'clock in the morning on my time. But thank you so much, Wendy. And thanks for dropping in, AC. I really appreciate you. Thanks, mate. Right. Those missing minutes are in walking out the door. Hi, Nanny. You reckon? Do you reckon that he's still alive then? So apparently he'd been placed on suicide watch and put into this special cell where guards were supposed to check on him. Now the guards fell asleep allegedly on duty, and they reckon and they later doctored the logbooks to hide it. No, that's just lies. No way. No way. Oh, we fell asleep and then we just changed the logbooks. Don't be so ridiculous. At the same time, the cameras watching the cell block apparently malfunctioned and turned off. Come on. You couldn't make this shit up, folks. So apparently the cameras malfunctioned at the same time that the guards fell asleep, and he hung himself in a cell that is impossible to kill yourself in. Didn't they say it was with it wasn't the bed sheets, was it? It was something else. Was it toilet roll or something stupid like that? But this mobster guy isn't convinced what really happened. There's no way you are able to commit the Uaid. There's just no way. There is no way to hang yourself. There's nothing from the ceiling and there's nothing from the bed. There are no fixtures on the ceiling and the beds are generally low to the floor. You'd have to be a midget, he said, and work really hard to try and hang yourself. And I don't think you could accomplish it. You just couldn't physically do it. It would be almost impossible to do it. Despite Franz's claims about the cell's layout, photos from the cell after showed a bunk ladder and gridded bars. As for the cameras being off, I haven't experienced that. I did 8 years in prison and I haven't experienced cameras being broken and a perfect storm of correctional officers not walking those cells. I think we all know, don't we, that he bumped himself. He didn't bump himself off, but there you go. I suppose we will never ever know. Hi Herman, how you doing, Herman the Tosser? Let me just check the chat a sec. Again, thank you to Wendy. What did AC say? I was live last night, my time, but I'll let you get back. Well, thank you, AC. Yeah, I think you're 6 or 7 hours behind me. He was protected by the rich. But you know, he was, hi Nicola, do you know, Eggstein, we've covered this in the past. He was just a person. He was like, he was down and out bum. He'd been teaching in a university or college, what they call it over there. And he was approached by some very rich people and given a lot of money and asked to be like a face for them. If you actually look into his story, he wasn't as rich as what people think. So a couple more stories. But yeah, I just want to mention this missing person. I do want to cover this guy at some point. He's still missing. Let me just get this up. I hope you're all well. 64 watching, please hit the like, guys, if you don't mind. And thank you again to Wendy for my birthday present. That's so sweet. How you doing, Linda, love? So this guy here, I came across this guy's case because I was looking for stuff on the Jay Slater case, and I ended up coming across this one. Now, this woman here, her son went missing. I think it was the 13th of July last year. I don't know if you guys have heard of him. Can you hear the Swift? Gosh, so loud. Has anyone here heard of a guy called Michael Friesen who went missing? Oh, thank you, Nicola. It's tomorrow. Thank you. Now, this guy apparently, oh my goodness, what's this? He went missing last year. He went camping with his girlfriend. No, I hadn't heard of him either. He met her on the internet, and he went to Sardinia, which I think is part of Italy. Here he is here, right? He was reported missing in Sardinia. This is a really, really head-scratching, curious case. An image of Michael's abandoned belongings have surfaced just over a year after he vanished, and his mum is getting mystery messages. I think we need to look into this. He vanished on the 13th of July last year. So, 12th of July, Michael and Naomi arrived to volunteer at a farm in Lewis where Michael vanishes. Right, let's go back. Okay. This is what's really weird. So he arrived first. After landing, Michael travelled to his family. So he must have family there, right? And then, so he got there first. He got into Sardinia first. And then he meets up with this girl that he'd met online from Jersey. He met up with her on this farm. Okay. This is really weird. And disappeared. Then his girlfriend launched a campaign to find him. Okay. So she launched a campaign. 29th of July last year. Where's Michael? Mom of Brit, 25, who vanished on a walk, flies out to find missing son after Italian cops call off the hunt. All right. So his girlfriend starts a campaign to try and find him, who was with him as well. And then she disappears. She goes. Naomi has also since disappeared. So that's two. Hello, Jane. Two disappeared. Now, I hadn't heard of this. This is what I'm saying. Why is it that the Jay Slater case, the Madeleine McCann case, is wall-to-wall coverage and it's a lot of money thrown at the McCann case? This bloke, I didn't even know about him, vanished. Yeah, she disappeared. I think this is one for us guys. Do you? I think this is more important than the Claudia Lawrence case because this is active, and I think this is next. Then, yeah, she's from Jersey, and he's British, but he must have family from Sardinia. Yeah, Rose thinks. Listen to this, right? So then she disappears. Hi, Brum, darling, and then yesterday, I think this was yesterday, so it's been a year now, right? This case, when I was reading today, it blew my mind. Let me just find the date on this article. Hold on. There's another one as well where this guy goes missing in a white van, but I can't cover them all. I think we'll cover this one next because I only come across it because it says that she relates to Jay Slater's mom, which is what made me find this article. Oh shit, where are we now? Right. That's him there, I think, playing the. I can't really put the sound on, but that's him there. Okay. So this was from. This is from today, right? Now, this poor mom has ended up getting weird messages a year later saying, I tried to believe it was an accident. So he goes over to Sardinia. A photo has turned up of his shoes, his clothes, and a water bottle. This photo has just turned up. This is so weird. There's his mom, I think. He's obviously got dual citizenship. That's his girlfriend who he met on the internet. Okay. So he stayed at his grandparents' home where he stayed for 10 days celebrating his birthday. Okay. And then he went to volunteer on this farm. Then the next day, he vanished. So the mum of two, his mom, has now received anonymous and disturbing Facebook messages from an account that she believes is someone with insider knowledge. I reckon that's the girlfriend. And it said, you cannot live a lie without it finding you eventually. They reference guilt, fear, and the inability to remain silent. I've seen it in nightmares. This isn't about blame. It's about the silence that eats away. I tried to forget. I tried to believe it was an accident, but the fear, it doesn't go, is what the messages said. Now, Christina previously told the Sun that she can relate to Jay Slater's mum, Debbie Duncan, and blames local Italian police for failing to investigate properly. I can't even imagine how Jay Slater's mum would have felt when her son went missing and she couldn't communicate in Spanish. I can communicate with the police, and they have been useless. All right, George, I'm coming now. You want to go for walkies? So he flew from Bristol Airport to Olbia on the 2nd of July, drove to his grandparents' house to celebrate his 25th and his grandmother's 70th. Then his girlfriend, who he met on the internet, asked to join him on the trip. I don't think they'd even met before now, from what I've been reading. Asked to join him on the trip, and he cancelled his return flight to the UK in order to stay with her for an additional week. According to his mum, the pair left Michael's grandparents' home on July the 12th and went to volunteer on a farm where they would work in exchange for food and accommodation. Mama too, Christine, said the trip from her parents' place, so his grandparents, to the site they stayed at was a 70-mile journey, and the area was surrounded by rugged terrain and deep vegetation. The pair arrived on the area of land owned by a German couple on the same day that they left. So they left and they came. Now, they were staying in a tent about 100 metres away from the couple who were in the camper van. Christine said, that's the mom, the last day she heard from him, he texted me saying he was going to sleep and he'd call me tomorrow. He ended it with a heart emoji. A snap taken from the scene shows clothing and a water bottle in the area where they camped. Heartbroken mum is increasingly frustrated over the Italians' authorities' reluctance to share key information with British cops. So he's obviously got dual citizenship. The search was called off after only 2 weeks. Oh. All right. Okay, George. It's weird, isn't it? I think we should have a look. And then the girlfriend disappeared. So I'll leave it there because I want to do some more digging into that. But I think that you guys will find that case interesting. George, can you hear him chewing the laptop tray? I've not missed any more super chats, have I? Let me just check because I've only just come back in the chat and I date too. No, I haven't, thank God. Thank you again to Wendy. How kind. Hi, Peter. I fear they've ended up as pies. Oh. Mustache, my Stevie's calling me for attention. My husband. Didn't they find Jay Slater's clothes? Yeah, they found his documents with his body. I'm sorry. They to say that was just natural and he fell or whatever. They had expert police dogs like retracing him and everything. There is no way that his body was there all along, in my opinion. Got to go take my son to work, says Wendy. We will catch up, saying the night just before I go. Good night, darling. Isn't it strange? So I think we should do a deeper dive on that. And Rose agrees. I'm not sure if anybody else did. I didn't see. I'm just briefly seeing the chat. So there's a couple of other stories and then I'm going to go. I don't know whether you guys have heard about the green pigeon. I've been seeing this around a lot. This is really distressing me. You know, guys, you know I'm a bird lover. I love animals. You know, what are people doing? Now, I'm presuming that this isn't an alien pigeon and that it is someone has died the pigeon. I just want to say, if anybody out there is thinking about dying wild animals, please don't. This poor pigeon. This should be coming up on your screen about now. Let me know if you can see it. Yeah, you can. So this pigeon, and it's not even the other, there's more than one, are being seen in a town. Let me just find out where it is again. I think, is it Hampshire? Sorry, it's the East Midlands. This is awful. Now, it says here there's only one. I've seen a story that there's more than one. And people are coming from all over the country. It does look like someone's dyed it. That's what experts are saying. It's been around Northampton, and that's where I got Hampshire from, Hampshire, Northampton. It's very much a case of having to see it to believe it. It's hard to comprehend that a bird sporting such a bright, vibrant hue would be waltzing around a UK high street. It's become a regular fixture on people's TikToks, apparently. Now, I did read that locals have seen more than one. Look at him with the pigeons. This is just so cruel. He looks like if he was a rock dove originally, which is this one here, he would have the band. So he does look like he was originally white to me, or close thereabouts, because he doesn't, you'd see the banding. He looks like he was pure white. One resident, Robin Hinkmott, what an interesting name, managed to snap some photos of the pigeon as it trotted in front of his house of prayer. House of Prayer must be a church, on the 28th of June. Me and my partner were playing Pokemon Go that weekend. So wondered that way to see if we could spot the shiny pigeon. If I had to guess, it was someone having a laugh, this is not funny, or dyed it for a wedding of some sort. Not acceptable. It doesn't seem to be negatively impact. How would you know? I suppose there's a risk that it might be more visible to predators. I'm sorry, but this is not acceptable, folks. Another local, apparently alleged local called Alex Zambon, very English names here. So you've got Robin Hinkmott, is this some sort of joke? And Alex Zambon, both alleged locals in Northampton, say they've seen this pigeon, and it's acting as a tourist attraction. I heard one bird expert on the radio say it may be down to what it eats. Like seagulls can get a bit pink if they eat shrimp, but it's a bit of a mystery. So people just presume it's dye, but there are people saying that it could be. I don't believe that it's been eating peas or something green and turned green. Oh, we've got an ad.
No one, not even WhatsApp, can see your personal messages.
No.
So that one family photo stays in the family.
Right. Hang on. There he is. There's Greenie. Oh, poor baby. Poor Baba. Look at him. Oh, that's so sad, guys. How can anyone do that? People, man. All right, I'm coming now, my George. People are bloody evil, aren't they? They really, really are. Bloody evil. Right, hang on a sec. AI, have you fed George, please? Can you feed George? Hang on. The hedgehogs are due as well, aren't they? Because George likes another snack about now, you see. And then he'll go for his poo-poo. Right. Yeah, I think this is so bloody cruel, folks. I really do. I think people are just evil. Some racing pigeon owners are known to dye their birds, but it's not particularly common practice. I've never seen it before. Some pigeons can be dyed pink or blue for a gender reveal party. Wow. A tradition. It's not a tradition at all. It's just nonsense. Look at him. Like, he is very easily going to get eaten, isn't he? Now, Northampton's too far for me. Otherwise, I'd go and, have a look. I think the RSPCA should capture him. I think that a bird charity should get him, take him, have a look at him, get a vet to check him over, and just see if he's okay, and maybe try and get it off him. I don't know. The new black sheep. I'm just animal cruelty again. Yeah, there's so many stories that I come across, and I don't talk about them. Do you know people are actually painting hedgehogs blue, saying they look like Sonic? Do you know what, right? The vets told us to try and ivermectin our hedgehogs, the visitors. But there's no way of knowing if you've done them or not. And apparently you're not supposed to mark them with a bit of food dye. But then how are we supposed to know which ones with ivermectin? Has anyone got any advice on this? Like we say, the vets have told us what to get. Hedgehogs are in red list, in decline. There's so many hedgehogs around here. You see them all travelling here of an evening, and we've been told to treat them. But how are we supposed to know which ones we've done? And I would have thought like a bit of food dye on their spikes or something, like a little dot. So you say, right, okay, that colour's done. I don't know, but then apparently you're not supposed to do that. But to do a whole bird like that, there's no excuse. There's just no excuse. There's no reason. It's a wild bird. We do still have Roger, the racing pigeon, here as well. He turned up about 3 months ago, and I almost got all of his, I don't know, they're wild animals though, aren't they? I don't think they do. And he was, I nearly got the whole of his number, the whole of the phone number, but I couldn't quite get it. But he seems so happy. We called him Roger the Racer. He's made friends with Funky Pigeon. He's made friends with the other rock dove stroke feral pigeons. And I said to Al, if I can get that missing digit on the phone number on his leg, we know what club he's from now. Do we really want him to go back? Because he's been free for 3 months now, perfectly happy. He has his dinner, he has his pudding, he has his breakfast, he has his bath, he's got friends. Can you imagine if you're that pigeon and you've got to go back in a tiny little cage, 1 foot by 1 foot? Because racing pigeons are kept in the most tiniest of spaces. And I spoke to my dad about it. I spoke to Al about it. They both think it will be cruel. So I'm trying to get his last number on his ring. But then once I ring them up, he goes back. And he's going to get put back in a little cage, isn't he? It's hard to know what's the best, isn't it? Well, you don't think he should, do you? You think it's cruel, don't you? To get him to go back in that little cage. Racing pigeons aren't looked after very. We're talking about Roger the Racer.
Right. If it was so good, why isn't it flying back?
Well, they say they stopped for a rest, don't they?
Yeah, I'm sure they say that. Yeah, I'm sure that they say.
Hi,
that,
Lucy.
Yeah.
They will wring its neck, says Timmy. What? Yeah, because for not letting be free. How you doing, Luce? A bit of nail varnish. Well, that's what I thought. Well, apparently it's cruel, and I don't want to do anything that's cruel. You see, that's what Al said. Could we do that? We just need some of them. You can tell. Well, we're not going to keep him. He's not ours. He just sleeps either in our back garden or another garden. He comes every morning, Jane. You may kill it. Yeah, I didn't think of that. I know my dad said let him be. Teddy Bear, he's like 14 now, isn't he, Teddy Bear? He's really old now.
With nail polish is that...
yeah, but it's toxic, isn't it?
It's actually designed for that substance. Nail polish is designed to go on creatine, which is what your nails are, right? It's the same stuff as the hedgehog spikes.
Their spikes are the same stuff?
Yeah. The only thing that I have a problem with is the point at which the nail polish is wet, and if the other spikes stick to it, and then you've got a clump of spikes.
That's no good.
That's no good, which is why I've not done anything, you know. So
yes, they will ring. Why would they do that? Well, according to the numbers on his ring, he's from 2024, so he's only a youngster. And I'm 1 digit off the phone number, and they said that I went on the missing racing pigeon website, and they said you got to capture it or ring them up straight away and they'll come and get it. But they're going to put him back in a little cage. Yeah, they are. You're right. He's free now. And you see, I was worried because he's so domesticated. When he first come, I didn't even notice the rings at first. And he was letting me walk right up to him to feed him. And he was letting Jack go up to him and feed him. And I said to her, I said, look how friendly that one is. And he looks like a perfect rock dove as well. I even rang up I even emailed this scientist, because pure rock doves are extremely rare. Your normal pigeons are related to rock dove, but they're not rock dove. And there's only a little colony left in northern Scotland somewhere. And I thought it was one of his because it had a yellow ring. And I said, because he said he rings yellow ones. And I said, is this one of yours? And he went, no, that's a racer. But he is a very, very high quality one. He's got really good markings and that. He says, you need to get in contact with the owner. But it's been like 3 months now. And now he's made friends with the others. And he hangs around with them. And he struts his stuff around. And he just looks really happy. And I don't know what to do. I think you guys are probably right then. But yeah, with the hedgehogs, like we had one, didn't we, Paulie, a few weeks ago, and Al took him to the vets, and the vets had to put him to sleep in the end. They said he was too poorly. He was covered in bites, covered in ticks, and they want us to treat all of the hedgehogs. And it's just difficult because obviously we don't know which ones are which. Now there is some little tiny babies. Oh my God, they're so cute. If you're into your hedgehogs, there'll be some more hedgehog footage coming up on the other channel. It just feels cruel to me. Is that cruel? I need to do something. Bit of tape. Most of them just let me walk up to them. I was feeding one out of my hand last week. I was actually feeding a hedgehog food from my hand, and it was just taking it. It was the most amazing thing. It was one off my bucket list. Right, anything else I want to talk about now? Because I'm going to go and take my George in a sec. But walkies. Oh, there's been quite a few strange things. Oh, the crustaceans are turning up dead again, this time in Devon. One of my old aunts used to go on holiday. I'll show you. A couple of years ago, about 3 years ago, we had a load of dead crabs or crustaceans along the north coast. It was that bad, they said you couldn't walk dogs on the beach just before we had Momo the year before. And now it's happening in Devon, and nobody knows what's causing it. Now, I believe, and I've been doing a little bit of digging, it's to do with the water companies. They've been pumping stuff, and it got uncovered by a local investigator here and then covered up again. And for about 2 years, there was no crustaceans being caught. And where we are up near the coast, it's people's livelihood in Scarborough, Scarbados, as it's known as, Bridlington. It's known as, yes, that's what people do. They fish, and that's their livelihood. And 95% of all these crustaceans washed up dead or just disappeared. Now, then we had that tanker spill a few months ago that killed everything as well. Now you can't buy any cod around here or haddock. They've all found an alternative type of whitefish. You can't buy it. Even in my town, there's 2 chip shops. Both of them don't sell cod. One sells haddock. Both don't sell cod anymore. You can't get cod. If you can get cod and you're in the city, it's not coming from our waters. It's coming from somewhere else, or it's not really cod. Anyway, now this is happening again in Devon. So Mom says, why are they all dead? So this is really, really concerning, folks. I'll have to find the research that I did, because I did a load of research on this, right? And there was a local independent journalist, and he found what these people were doing. They were putting these experiments and poisoning the poor crabs and the lobsters and so on. Right, we've got an ad. Just bear with me, folks. We don't want an ad, do we? Where's the little thingy gone? You can tell I don't use this laptop apart from for
no,
streaming.
no,
Right, it won't let me go down. This is the thing here, look. Put the sound on. Right, let's make it bigger. Okay, you ready?
Oh no, no!
Why can't we hear it?
The genocide of crabs has begun.
Sound's on. Look,
Why
this
are
is
they
what
all
it was
dead?
like up here.
They are literally
This
everywhere.
is in Devon. I think it was where I used to go. I think. Let's have a look. Oh my God. "250 huge dead spider crabs washed up on the shore." Let me just see where the Newton Abbot. That's it in Devon. Lovely place. Made the discovery on nearby Teignmouth. I love that. I love it down there. Absolutely love it. They were dead. This footage was captured on Monday this week. Never ever seen them at this size, and never this amount in one place. There is something going on. I don't know what is going on, but there is something going on with these crabs and just crustaceans in general being killed. I will find this research I was doing. It was a massive cover up, and there was some snakes missing. Let me just see if they're still missing. I know there was some snakes missing by me. I think it was 5 pythons, the deadliest type. So the UK's leading welfare charities issued a warning to the public for escaped snakes roaming the country. Now, they're talking about one that slithered into a London chippy. No, the one that I seen, there was 5 pythons went missing from near me, and one of them wasn't found, and it could easily kill a human, and it would just crush them to death. It was too big to be poisonous. And it was apparently in my area or just further down slightly. So keep a lookout for these snakes, folks. This one's just talking about in general. Why would you release a snake? Blimey, someone's got a swollen foot. Blimey. Why would anybody do that? But just keep a lookout. Use your common sense. Right, okay. I miss Devon, says Saskia. If they start finding dead seagulls that have eaten the crabs, yeah, that happened up here. That happened. They then found loads of birds that were dead as well. Lots of crayfish around now. Good. They're native. Blackjack, how you doing, my friend? Water too hot and not enough oxygen in the water. I can't remember. I'd need to find the research that I did, but there was something. It wasn't coming up with standard pollution tests. There was something else missing from the water. Maybe it was oxygen. Oh man, spiders are the scariest thing ever. Snakes, just don't go near them. I'm not scared of them like I am spiders. I'm absolutely petrified of spiders. Even the little ones scare the shit out of me. So I'm going to end it there because I've got to go and walk my George, and it's dark now. I don't like doing it in the dark, but what can you do? So it's my birthday tomorrow, so I'm out all day. I do feel a bit rough, but I want to go out. I want to go and see. That's my foot. I want to go and see the puffins. Saskia, I've had sex on the beach at Minehead. Well, there you go. Do you want to go for walkies now, my George? Yeah. Oh, his little face, so cute. I had sex in the graveyard. I think we've all done that, haven't we? Night Penny, night Tamsin. Does the UK dump? Yes, they do, and it's got a lot worse as well. Our water companies are an absolute piss take. They are all privatised. They're not run by the government. They're all shareholders. They don't fix leaks. We lose gallons. I think it's like millions of gallons a day or something in leaky pipes. It's shocking. It really is. And then they give us a hose pipe ban. Do you get hose pipe bans in Canada? Where you've still got to pay your bill. You've still got to pay your bill, but you can't use your water. Oh, cough. Thank you very much, Saskia. AI says Sex in the Woods is okay. I think that's supposed to be. Have a great birthday, says Timmy's Pipka. I'll be live tomorrow night. on Penny Bunny. I don't know what we'll be talking about, but we usually do like a little birthday stream. But I don't know what we're going to do because we can't play music because of the copyright. So what exactly can we do to celebrate my birthday? I don't know. So, as I say, I'm out all day, so I might not even get to do it tomorrow. If not, I'll do it on Friday. I will try and do a stream tomorrow on my birthday, either way, whether it's out and about or on the night. Thank you again to Wendy, and thank you again to Jay for the animal feed. I've got a little video to upload on Penny Bunny, and Wendy for the just have a laugh. Yeah, we'll just have a chilled out stream. Might have a couple of people up, but yeah, once you start a panel, that's it though. Timmy's Pipcoat, everyone starts arguing, and I can't be bothered. I've been there, done that. Got the t-shirt. Have a quiz. Oh, a quiz, an 80s quiz. But then if I'm going to do that, that has to be on Friday. I'm having my birthday tattoo on Friday. I had my nails done yesterday. I had yellow nails with one white with some little bees on. Little bees on my nails. And then I had my feet done last week. And then I'm having my little tattoo done on Friday for my birthday to a present to myself. So there you go. I'll tell you what then, if I do a quiz night, that'll be Friday night because I'm out all day tomorrow. So I won't be able to do it tomorrow night. So watch this space. I may or may not. I'll keep out of it and let someone else win. Yeah, DJ Rockford is also very good at quizzes. Okay, so watch this space. Tomorrow I will be live out and about though. I've got a banging headache. Right, guys, thank you. Hi, Yvonne. Good night, darling. Thank you so much for everyone joining. Hit the like or the dislike. I won't cry. I've had a lot of people saying, can I send you a present? That's so kind. Oh, hi, Pauline. I don't think the wish list has got any presents on it. It might do. I'm not sure. Let me just, I know some people have been asking they want to send something for my birthday. You can if you want to, but you don't have to. But I'll put my PayPal in anyway in case anyone does. Thank you so much. If anybody does want to get anything for my birthday, but thank you, and Wendy as well. Thank you. I've lost over a stone in the last 4 weeks. Wow, well done. Avogadro, hello. Yeah, I think you're a bit behind. My budgie's almost that colour. I love budgies. They're awesome. I never bought the story they're selling. But yeah, I don't believe the Jay Slater narrative either, Jane. I think it's a load of Bolocks. I really do. Right, George just fell asleep, so I can have something to eat now. Right, thank you so much. And I will see you all tomorrow, either out and about and or tomorrow night on my other channel. But guys, if I have to move it tomorrow night, it will be done the next night, and then we can have a nice chilled something. Might do a quiz. We could do an 80s quiz because I was born in the 80s. Hi Elaine, love. I was born in 1980. It's just to catch up, Elaine, and a little bit of weird stuff going on. A little bit of news, weird people dying, pigeons and stuff. A little bit of egg stain, and that's it. Range to catch up, chat. But yeah, it's okay. Avogadro. So it's all going to be left up anyway, so you guys can watch the replay. Yeah, Lee, have a great birthday. I can't believe it's come round again. 21 again tomorrow, me and Lee. And happy birthday for tomorrow, Lee. We share our birthday. And I'll see you all very soon. Take care. God bless. Bye.